So we're going for some Duke of York red, lining up 4 bags of it. I'm going to have to prep this soil though because it had potatoes in before, so I've got some garden manure and some blood and bone and some chicken pellets. Hopefully burn this bag up, give it some more nutrients. I'm going to start off on this side. With some chicken pellet. Good handful of that in there.
There's not a lot wrong really with that soil, but...
Oh no, not at all. It's just putting a bit of nutrients back in it because of the amount that would have been taken out by the last set of potatoes. So, bit of blood, fish and bone. Jeremy's bait. Get that a good work in.
It's going to be interesting to see what this manure does, considering we've never used manure with any of our other potatoes.
No, we've only used the blood, fish and bone and the pellets, haven't we? So this is all new. Alright. Now, let's get some manure in here. Okay. Well, that's in a block.
I wasn't expecting it to look like that. Can bring the bag close to you, Paul.
There you go.
Oh, smelly.
Yeah, it's got some odour to it.
Oh.
Right. And get that dug in. Alright, and this bucket's having 4 in it, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing 2 buckets of 4 and 2 buckets of 3. What's that?
A moth.
Oh, lovely.
So with the buckets of 4, I'm going to put 2 really deep on 2 sides, almost to the bottom of the buckets.
We haven't chitted these are just how they've come in the mail.
Yeah, these come already with their chits on, so 2 nice and deep, and then 2 on opposite sides, not quite so far down. Because they're first earlies, they grow on one level, so you can get away with having separate levels in the bag.
Yeah.
No one in here.
We're not removing any of the chits either, are we? Which we've never done that before.
No, we did remove some chits last time round. There was a school of thought that if you remove some chits you get bigger potatoes. if you leave the chits, you get more potatoes but smaller.
I just want potatoes.
And then it's just going to be a case of rinse and repeat.
And then a blooming good water.
And then a lot of water. And a chicken pellet. Scoop of the bloodfish and bone. Just to put some nutrients back into the bottom. Because from what I understand, you're actually supposed to use the manure as like a mulch layer.
I don't know. My grandfather, he always used to put the manure in the bottom. Obviously, he did his as an allotment garden. And he always used to put the horse manure in first and then the potatoes in on the top. That's how he always did them. So,
Well, I could always dig the holes and put a little bit of manure at the bottom.
that's always the way my grandfather did it. And he grew walking grip potatoes every year. So I think it's a case of try different things and, you know, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Right, well, this bucket, I'll do that then. I'll stick some manure at the bottom for it to sit on.
I mean, he did use proper horse manure.
Well, this is farm manure, same stuff.
Yeah, that says farmyard, so it could be a mix of all sorts. I don't know. I've not read the packet.
Not being a dung aficionado, I don't know.
No. All I know is it's pongy.
Right, so these are the deep ones. And too shallower. Stick that in at the bottom there. And there we go.
Do you want to do 2 bags the same and then 2 bags the same? So do 2 bags that you've mixed together and then 2 bags of sat on it.
Okay.
It'll then give us a
good idea.
Yeah, because now you're going to do the 2 bags of 3. So if you'd have 1 bag of each for 1 bag of each, if that makes
Yeah,
any
to
sense.
experiment them over, yeah. So I've got 2 sets of 3 left and 2 more bags.
Yeah.
Okay, so in order to protect our strawberries, because we've got some really nice strawberries coming along, we're going to put some bird netting up to make sure that none of the birds nick them. I'm going to start off with a hole in each corner to hold the net. down nice and strong.
You pushing all the way down the bottom?
Yep.
Cool.
Like that. There we go. Now we can put the net on. I've got to be a little bit careful. You've actually got some strawberries overhanging on the far side.
Yeah, I don't want it cutting off. I still want to be able to access them. So it's a case of it just needs to go sort of just over the top of them.
Oh yeah, that was my intent. I was going to put it over the top.
I know you've got way too much material there, so you might have to cut it.
What I was going to do is I was going to put it over the top and I was going to clip it up. So
I was going to get you some clips.
I've already got some on my pocket.
Oh, right, okay.
So I was going to clip it about a third of the way down to give us a nice protection.
You might even be able to feed the poles through the holes.
Get a bit of bird netting over these just to make sure that the birds don't nick our strawberries before we get any.
Because we have so many birds in our garden.
Mainly blackbirds, it has to be said. Okay. A nice bit of net over the top of them. Just cover them up. Give them a bit of protection from the birds. There we go. I've got these garden clips from Amazon. They came from, weren't they?
Yeah, they're blooming hard to open though if you've
They're
got
really
really
strong
weak
clips.
strength.
They are really strong clips. Right, I can this way.
Can you pull this over?
Yeah, I've got a load of slack I
Yeah.
can take up.
Just watch my flowers. They won't be there much longer anyway.
Right. And now what I'm going to do is add a clip to this pole. And I'll go around to the side.
Because then I'll still be able to hoof it up over.
Oh yeah, that was the idea. To make it so that you can just lift it. Right. What I am going to have to do is put some clips around the bottom to hold it, because it will just float around. So I'll have to put some clips on the bottom of this metal.
Yeah, you're also going to have to watch out for the DOG because he's going to maybe see that and try and whip off with it. So it'll just be that far end that you just need to be careful with.
Put one there like that. I need to get some more clips out, but there we go. Bit of bird netting, just to keep them off the strawberries.
Nice. Don't have to look pretty, just has to be functional.
Just has to do the job. What is it you pricking out?
This is called just mixed lettuce. I shorthand a lot of my labels, but this is just a mix. These are the seedlings here that I'm beginning to prick out because they're coming through the bottom. Even though some of them haven't got their like true leaves on yet, they're coming out the bottom. So it's
time to move them on.
It's time to move them on, and they will be destined to go into these pots until they're much bigger, and then we're creating we're hopefully creating 2 like lettuce towers.
Yeah, using the stackable pots, aren't we?
Yeah, one of them's going to have the cut and come again, which is what all of these are. These are all cut and come again, except the back ones. So we've got a mix of different varieties, different
loose leaf.
brands.
Yeah, different loose leaf lettuces.
I've been doing this what seems like for days, potting on. It's quite a tedious job, but They're all well rooted in the trays. I love doing it this way, but these ones have well rooted themselves into the ground. So all I've got is a chopstick, and it's what I use to sort of edge underneath and then make my hole. And I also feed in as much as I can with the chopsticks, because obviously I don't want to touch the roots.
No.
Some of them I do have to sort of encourage them in, but this is a
delicate operation.
As you can see,
They're well and truly stuck together.
but they've got, I mean, that's one root. That's a fantastic root.
And just feeding them into a hole so they can grow on a bit further before we plant them out.
Up until only, what, 8 weeks ago, we'd never ate cut and come again lettuce.
Yeah, but then we fell in love with it. I think the only one we didn't really get on with was Rocket.
Yeah, I mean, I have planted Rocket. What in the world are you doing? Stuck together.
They're growing through each other by the looks of that.
I mean, that root system is ridiculous. Sometimes I do make the holes not as big as I should.
I'd like to make a note at this point. We do actually have a dibber for this, but she uses the chopstick anyway.
The dibber's too big. It's too big for these. It's all right for like your big rooty vegetables and that. But when you're dealing with like little,
I have to say, she does have a point. That's our dibber.
I will say, since doing this, I have found that kitchen tools are fantastic. I mean, you're going to be using a little bit an old small palette knife that I used to use for baking. I'm using a chopstick, and I've got a teaspoon in here. I've also got a jug.
Hey, if it does the job.
Well, yeah, it's amazing what you can find in the depths of beyond in your kitchen that you can go, oh, I can use that. Trays are fantastic. Like a serving tray, fantastic thing for storing trays on and that. Oh, Lord. Oh, I think they're two joined together. We'll take them then. I am only putting 5 seeds in one tray just to sort of give them room.
And I'm about to go and do some, what are these ones called? Little gems?
Little gems. They're the little romaine, are they called ice? I'm sure sometimes you get them as little gems, ice gems. They're the really little lettuces.
This is where I'm going to show my age. Ice gems are a sweet that you get. A little biscuit with a bit
It's my age as well.
with a bit of icing on the top. I'll find a picture of one and insert it in the video here so people can see what we're talking about.
No, but they're a smaller variety of the big romaine lettuces. We think that they're going to suit our household better than the big lettuces. We've had trouble with the iceberg. I can't seem to get. These are the Webb's Wonders. These have been planted for I don't know how long. They do look a little bit dry, so they do need a little bit of water. I will say that, but it is 24.5 degrees in this greenhouse at the moment, so they'll get a good watering later, but they're not doing anything.
No, they're not going very well, are they?
They've been like this for weeks, and I just don't understand why. When everything else, I mean, these ones here that I planted them a week after them was wonderful that I did, and these have tripled in size. These went in this size and smaller, and they've absolutely tripled in size.
Mm-hmm.
This is a baby leaf lettuce, and this is called Ricola.
They've got some unusual names, haven't they?
Well, I got a lot of seeds from the company Frenchy of Italy,
Mm-hmm.
because you just get so many seeds. They're fantastic. These are all of them as well. But yeah, I don't understand what's going on with my red tunders.
No.
It doesn't make any sense.
I will leave you to your potting on and
Go and plant me lettuce,
go
please.
plant your lettuces. Okay. Now, as we were saying in the greenhouse, I've got to plant out some little gem lettuces. We've got a bed prepared, and as Amanda said, spatula. So I'm just going to press these out. They don't need a lot of room each, so it's just a matter of digging a little hole.
Do you want the dibber?
No, I'm all right. Take the spatula, lift it out. As you can see, they've got some really nice roots on these. Drop him in the hole, backfill him. Oh, you won't be able to see him on the camera from there, so as I move over, you'll be able to see him. Dig ourselves another little hole. Next one up. Again, good root system. Pop him in. Always lift them by the leaves, apparently. This was news to me, I didn't know that. Got that from a guy called Ben on a YouTube channel called Grow Veg. I'd go over and have a look at his channel if I were you, it's fantastic. Learned so much from him. There we go. There's 3 in. Get another one in the corner here. These raised beds we got from Amazon. We got 3 of them. I'll leave a link in the description to them. They're absolutely fantastic. They've allowed us to have raised beds in the garden without any massive work apart from putting all the soil in, which I have to say did take a while. There's over 140 litres of soil in all 3 of these, so it did take a little while to fill them up. Just gently lift them out. Another one, fantastic roots. Put them in the hole, back fill him in. Once I've got these in, I'll give them a bit of water and they'll be ready to go. Hopefully they'll do as well as the others we've got over in a bucket just a little way away. $12 to get in, so 3 rows of 4 should do me lovely. Gives them a bit of space to grow. There we go. Because of the plug trays they're in, just a little slot widened out works perfectly. I'm going to fit in and then backfill around to set them down. hopefully these will grow up into some nice, juicy little gem lettuces, ready to go on a salad plate. Absolutely fantastic. Give these a good water in once they're in place, and in that way they've got the best start we can give them. These came from a nursery not far from us. I know that's cheating, but we had tried to grow icebergs and had no success. They didn't seem to want to take. We've got a couple that have stayed around, but we don't know if they're going to produce.
Oh, they look cool.
Got lovely roots on them, just like the other ones had.
That nurseries is absolutely lovely. I know some people call this cheating. I do not. I've still got to grow it at the end of the day. Doesn't matter who put the seed in the pot.
There we go, and then just to make sure we remember what they are, just put the label in there. It will come out. There we go. Label them up, little gem lettuces. Beautiful.
Nice.
There you go, my dear.
Oh, we'll keep that tub.
Always good for something else.